Welcome back, people, indeed. I believe we must be near the end of this episode. It feels like we've had our dramatic event there, and etc, etc. So yeah, I think we must be near the end. Look at this beautiful pigeon. Oh my, a restaurant! Wait, no, don't go in. What's wrong? You can't go in there. It's closed right now. What? No. And I thought I would finally get to eat some corn. The king thought this restaurant was suspicious. You aren't from around here, are you? No, I'm not. I'm a migrant. I'm on a journey now. A journey? Did you come here on the train, sir? Yes, that's right. I'd never seen this style before, so I decided to look around. Ah, journeys are wonderful. So many things to see. But being hungry is terrible. It makes me sad. I suppose I'll keep looking for food then. Goodbye. Jim Random. This music was awesome. Negeki and I watched a migrant wander back into the forest. If we'd been 5 minutes earlier, he might have ended up on a spit. A lucky fellow. Definitely. And so we solved the case of the vanishing restaurant goers. What do we do now? We're without a goal again. We should probably go report to the king. He must still be worried. Ah, of course. Let's go back to the palace now, then. We'll be walking more. Is that okay with you, Negeki? Yes. I like walking with you. Wood wood. He's so quiet that I hadn't realised. I'm glad he's enjoying himself. Anyway, come to think of it, being able to go on a journey and walk around outside like this must be like a dream come true. For him, it is a dream after all. Wouldn't it be nice if this dream lasted forever, Negeki? We will wake up when morning comes. It has to end eventually. I know. But until then, I want to keep walking around with you, Miss Pigeon. Me too. For now, we can walk back to the king's palace. The king said that will not be necessary. The king is here. It's the forward king. You appear out of nowhere, just like your citizens, Mr. King. Your Majesty, we defeated the owner of the restaurant. The restaurant is closed now, so there's nothing more to worry about. Oh, this victory music. The king is very grateful. How grateful are you? Let's feel it. Let's feel how grateful you are. Thank you. Guests from away. Thank you. You're welcome. The king would like to reward you. Oh, yeah. Please accept the king's gift. It's blowjob time, right? That's not a blowjob. Wow, what a pretty gem. What kind is it? A garnet. Ah, makes me think of Final Fantasy 9 every time. Garnets. The name comes from the French word for pomegranate. It looks a little bit like a pomegranate, I guess. But the king is still troubled. The king asked, will you listen to the king's next request? Another request? You must be having an awful lot of trouble for how peaceful this planet seems. What do you think, Negeki? We don't have anything else to do we? I'll let you decide. Well, heroes are supposed to complete the quest set before them, right? What is your next request, Mr. King? The flowers in the garden are going to be blown away. Well, you expect me to, stop the wind? Blown away? Is there a typhoon coming? The garden is going to explode. Terrorist attack? What kind of garden is this? The king is very scared. The king is crying. Even I would be a little unsettled if my garden was going to explode. Let's help him, Miss Pigeon. Leave it to us, Mr. King. Alright. We're back in the city, but where do you think this explosive garden is exactly? Who knows? I don't see anything likely here. Maybe it's on the outskirts of the town. And this time we might not know it, even if we see it. We should have gotten the king to show us the way. The flowers blew up! Well, I think we failed. Stop fucking hitting! Or whatever you're doing. The garden exploded! Negeki, look! A crowd of panicking citizens trying to run away from something, like rats from a burning sewer pipe. Now's not the time for similes. And that analogy is a little bit mean, Miss Pigeon. We'll probably find the garden if we go towards wherever they're running from. What the fudge happened to this garden? Look at it. It's like putting holes in my screen. What is this lunacy? Oh my goodness, Sequoia's in my dream. Do you mean to tell me that blowing up gardens is common practice on this barbaric star? Sequoia? Huh? Didn't something like this happen a few weeks ago? It's a nice garden aside from the holes. And poor Sequoia, he gets to be the bombing victim even in dreamland, lol. It is dreadful, and I have an important tea party scheduled for local celebrities today. This disgrace will besmirch the Labal family name. Oh, so he's hosting a tea party here. Geez, he should have invited me too. Though, I'm not a celebrity. Do you know who did this? I haven't the slightest. There's been no suspicious activity. The garden blew up by itself. So, time bomb set before everyone got here. That's some awfully meticulous terrorism for a fairy tale world. Have you already made enemies who would have want to ruin your name on this planet, Sequoia? Do you mock me? Perhaps you have not noticed, but this is a dream, and it's only just started. I've barely been here for a few hours. How could I possibly have made enemies? I think Sequoia's snobby aristocratic attitude could make him all kinds of enemies within the space of a single conversation. But then again, none of the people here seem particularly short-tempered. If it's not someone settling a grudge, then who? And why? Maybe they have some other far deeper motive that we're just... Wow. What? What? Confound it, more explosions? Miss Pigeon, get down! Pervert. What's happening? I have to press X, I guess. Yep. ... Bloody hell, big explosion that one. There's going to be nothing left of this place. Wow, more holes. It's just a bigger hole, really. Grr. Show yourselves, terrorists. Cowards. That's right. Come out and fight us like men, will ya? Wait. Someone's coming through. Something on my tongue. What the shit? Cough, cough. Ah, looks like I've arrived at last. Who's here to save the day again? Yeah! Salutations, mon ami! So you're here too? This is no time for salutations, you insufferable mongrel. What have you done to my beautiful garden? Oh, looks like I blew most of it up. It was him? Sorry, Sequoia. Looks like? What do you mean, looks like? Take responsibility for your actions, you filthy mongrel cur. Look at what you've done. My garden is nothing but holes. Sorry. I had a little trouble finding the entrance, you see. There's a gate right over there. Yeah. Why did you have to do all this? I guess that's what happens when you enjoy your job too much. Stop laughing, you fiend. Anyway, I'm so happy to see you. As your brother, I do worry about how you're doing, even in a dream. Adio. What? He disappeared. He just fell into the hole. Yoya! Are you alright? There's no reply. It's just a hole. What was that all about? Down a hole he created himself. Serves him right there. The cur, we'll just say cur. I wonder where he went. It looks like a rabbit hole. So maybe he's in Wonderland. Can you hear me, Sakazaki? I want you to sit down there in the dark and think about what you've done. It looks like the exploding garden was just Yoya engaging in a little accidental terrorism while trying to find the entrance. Do you think that's all, Nageki? Probably. We don't have to stick around any longer anyway. Yes. Quest complete! On to the next one. And so we solved another one of the king's problems. Well, we didn't really solve the king's problem. His garden exploded, etc. We've been here for a while now. Time always does pass strangely in dreams. Really? You can have a dream that seems like it lasts for months in a single 10-minute nap after all. Alright? I don't know. I don't usually remember my dreams. Oh, do ghosts dream at all? I can't speak for other ghosts, but I sleep and I dream. Is that so? Hello again. Is this the right the tea party? Mr. Migrant! I heard there's a tea party in the garden, just outside town. And there's supposed to be fine black tea and cake. Racist migrant. To tell the truth, I prefer rice, cookies and coffee, but any food sounds good right now. Unfortunately, the tea party is cancelled. What? The garden got targeted by a terrorist attack. I think it was for celebrities anyway, so I guess as ratty as you would probably have gotten thrown out. That's fucking rude, local. Ah, is that so? This city is a cold, heartless place. Cheer up, mister. Common people like us are indomitable. The cruel upper classes can tread on us and grind us into dirt, but we'll always spring back up like weeds. It's not much, but here. Oh! Nageki hands the migrant 3 sugar cubes. I picked them up in the Milky Way. They're mixed in with the stars. I've heard that diamonds and sugar cubes float through the Milky Way along with the stars. There used to be some of those. You sure? Yes. They're not much, but maybe they'll be enough for now. Thank you. Now I can continue my journey. I'll repay you someday, somehow. The South-styled migrant jauntily flutters away. He's always just a little bit off. I bet whenever he goes to the store, the thing he's looking for is sold out. I didn't realise there were sugar cubes floating in the Milky Way, though. If I'd known, I would have looked for them when we were on the train. Where to next? We've completed our goal again. That's the King's queue. His Royal Highness the King. Oh my god, this never ends. It never ends. It's a never-ending dream. He's here. The bird who was blown up my garden fell down a hole. Disappeared. Blown up the garden. Though there are a lot of holes in the garden now. ... The King is relieved. People who disturb the peace are scary. Huh? What just happened to the King's head? Did I imagine that? 7 question marks! It is time for the King's reward. Just give me the blowjob already. Another jewel? It's opal? Ah, it's so pretty and blue. Sapphire, maybe. What is it called? Oh, Lupus Lazuli. Again, all these gems remind me of Final Fantasy 9. Top shit. The King said, please listen to the King's next request. I never request. Far away, Your Highness. Don't you think you should word yourself more carefully, Miss Pigeon? Lal. Since you're getting to play the heroine for once. Should I? The King is very troubled. It looks like it might rain, so the King is in a terrible position. Rain? Have you considered an umbrella, sir? It has never rained here since the kingdom was created, but there are dark clouds gathering at the summit of Mount Pudding. You know who's going to be at Mount Pudding, don't you? Mount Pudding? I know we'll meet there already. Yes, indeed. Mount Pudding is a tall, tall mountain. The clouds at its peak might slip off and slide down and come to the King's palace. And will it be a problem if the palace gets wet? It looks sturdy enough. It would probably be just fine in a storm. Never mind a little rain. The King is troubled. If the King's palace gets wet... ... The King will cry. He had another head again just now, didn't he? But he looks normal now, I think. It must have been my imagination. Why would you start crying just because it's raining? The heroine in a J-pop song or a shoujo manga might do something like that. Maybe the King is a delicate maiden at heart. Don't worry, Your Highness. I will protect your fragile heart from the cruel weather. To Mount Pudding! After a long and perilous journey over valley and mountain, hill and dale, through dungeons deep and caverns old, Nageki and I arrive at Mount Pudding. And here it is. Fuck! Sorry, I just got hit really fucking hard, and I guess that's time to end the episode. So yes, we're at Mount Pudding. I'll see you then. To the pip.